Alright, new camera, new setting. Let's do this.
Son number
Oh, my wiener.
You're watching the Weekly Wednesday What's Up, the section of my channel where I tell you everything that's just been going on in my life in 1 week. Using a new camera, trying out some green screen material. I probably won't be doing anything with green screen for this Weekly Wednesday What's Up, but I just wanted to also sort of test out how my phone, how this new camera is working. It's a little different. Actually, it's quite different. There's little things I need to figure out and such, but I think it's all right. Let me cut right to it. Let me get to the good things that have happened this week. I don't know. I guess with work, the good stuff with work, it's been picking up a little bit more. It's been, at this point, has been good. I got some pretty cool clients that have been coming in. A few have excited me. Oh shit! And there's one I need to take care of. Hold on. You know what? It's already too late. I bet you it's already too late. Hold on, let me check real quick. Alright, so I'm done. I'm back. Okay, so I just what's going on is one of my friends is actually going to be visiting Japan in the next week or so, and or in about 2 weeks, and I need to take off work so I can show them around Japan, but I don't have a lot of money right now, so I also need to make up that work by coming in on a opposite day. It's really weird. Like, his scheduling couldn't have been worse. Like, he actually arrives when my days off are over, and then he leaves before my days off start, my usually scheduled ones. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to take off some of my weaker days and work on my days off to sort of make back that sort of money and such. But it is kind of cool because I've actually worked on a Wednesday before. Today is Wednesday right now. I've worked on a Wednesday before covering for somebody, and it was actually real cool, like, to meet some different type of clientele, and I met this one real famous girl, famous woman I should say, and so I just wanted to because she always told me, this woman, she told me if I come back on a Wednesday, let her know, and she'll set up a class with me. So that is what that is, boys and girls. Wow, this camera actually charges faster than I thought of. I just kind of sat around. And, you know, to be honest though, I didn't really want to make a video. Like, I haven't been wanting to make any videos. This is in regards to an update of the whole YouTube, quitting YouTube, and just bouncing or taking a break. What am I going to do? One of those things. And to be honest, it took a long time. It's 9:53 right now, and I've been thinking about this video all fucking day. I woke up at around 2 o'clock, so I've only been thinking about it for like 7-8 hours, whether or not I even wanted to make this video. But for me, I have this thing about tradition, and I guess tradition and numbers, repetition and things like that. Like, if there is something that I tend to do, breaking a habit, basically. It's really hard for me to try to like break habit unless I'm deathly ill. And you know, I've put out a Weekly Wednesday What's Up for you guys every single fucking week for over a year now. I think maybe 2 years now. So regardless of what I'm going through, I always just want to try to put something out there. So it took a lot of energy to actually. It sucks so bad because it's never used to be like that. But it took a lot of energy to actually get up here and like just sit and record this video. It's stupid. It's so stupid. I think I'm also a bit ill. Like I think I'm fighting some sort of cold or fever or something because the last couple of days my throat's been messed up. I've been coughing, and so I took some medicine earlier today. It's making me a little wokey or whatever, uh, like that. And you know, I was thinking about why, I guess, why I'm feeling like this recently, and why things have gotten this bad, so to speak. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that the situation of output. And, you know, because even last Thursday, after I recorded that video, I was just in bed, like, for the whole day. I tried to do some editing, and I didn't feel like, I didn't want to do anything anymore. I lost the motivation to do anything. I want to do anything. And, it was like, if Dante called me up, and he was like, he invited me to the Suicide Squad thing, but I was really, in the back of my mind, I was actually hoping it was another day because I was just not feeling like getting up and doing anything or so. But it happened to be that day. I'm glad it was, and I'm glad I went, and it was a great time. But it also kind of messed things up a little bit. And I think right now what the biggest problem is I got like 37 yen, which is like 40 cents or whatever in my bank account. And you know, that can psychologically fuck with you a bit. Like, tomorrow is payday, and I knew this was going to be a thing when I took the risk of going to Los Angeles. I knew that things were going to be tight for the next couple of months. Just basically because it took 3 weeks of work off. And I mean, anybody that tells you when you're barely making it or whatever, when you're doing well for yourself, but not enough for, just taking 3 weeks off of work anywhere is going to do some sort of damage. And the first 2 weeks, honestly, in LA probably would have been enough for me. It was already risky to kind of bounce for that long and not have any input, but I kind of saw it as a business trip as well, doing the Suicide Squad thing, collaborating with a bunch of different YouTubers, and I just kind of, Walking Dead. There's so much more that you won't, and unfortunately, the collaboration situation, you can't really put a number on how good or bad something like that is, how big those collaborations work, if not, right? I guess probably who was the biggest YouTuber I met with? Probably was it Tyrone? Maybe it was Tyrone. Yeah, so working with Tyrone, but we only did a few sort of videos, and it wasn't like, a lot of them were really short, so people already know who I am, and it's more or less, are they gonna sit through like a 2 hour or however long that was, an hour video? But who knows? I don't know, because I've seen some people come over and like, man, and then Greg was the next one. Actually, maybe Gabby now, but Greg, like, I saw people come over like, hey man, I never gave your channel a chance before, but I'm glad I did. You got some good content, so it's cool. So there's things that have worked out, but in terms of money and what have you not, that's the bigger thing. That's where it's a harder thing to actually see. Do you grow more? Because what's going on is the type of YouTuber I am is very different than the ones that I'm collaborating with. I think that Tyrone and Greg and Jabby, I think a lot of them are satisfied with just running a reaction channel, like just doing only reactions. I know that Tyrone has bigger dreams beyond YouTube, and you can kind of tell that Greg has the same deal. But in terms of just the platform of their channel, I just noticed that everybody I collaborated is pretty much satisfied with just being that kind of channel. And I think that's fine for them, but that's not the kind of channel that I guess I started out as, and it's not one that I want to be. It's not something that I want to be. And I guess that's something that I've been thinking about for the last couple of months, especially after reaching the goal of 100,000 subscribers. Is like, okay, this is it. Like, you've gotten this goal, and now it's like, what's next? Like, where are we taking this? Where are we going? And honestly speaking, to have the heart to be something like a reaction channel that's not where I want to be, mainly because reaction channels, the newer ones or the more infamous ones, have kind of fucked it up for everybody. And that's frustrating to me, and I didn't realize that fully until last week or the week before, when I had that meeting with all the different YouTubers and meeting up with all the J-vloggers, and I started realizing, I'm like, damn, man, I remember when it used to be about that deal, like when J-vlogging, like when being a reactor was very similar to being a J-vlogger. It's like people went to your channel to learn about you, basically, to see what you're into, see what your opinions are on certain things. And that's what J-vlogging still is. You know, you got TKO Sam doing his thing, you got Victor doing his thing, you got Charlotte doing her thing, and nobody's ever in fucking competition over each other. I think that's the thing the other thing that I admire a lot. I mean, there was that issue with Mira and Rachel and June, and there's the scandals very similar to things that reactors have had to go through, accusations and things like that. But I think that's the one thing I miss the most, is that people, the fans, just looked at you as someone who is providing content and providing videos, and not caring about a fucking sub number, view counts, and if someone else makes a video about this Japanese topic, why don't you talk about this Japanese topic, like that? Like, people just kind of like came to your channel and they stuck with your channel. They stick with your channel based on you. And I think that's the mind frame that I've always had, but unfortunately, with the growth of the channel, the demographic, the comments have gradually started going more and more to trash now. And that's, I think, what's been frustrating me more, is when, after I did the YouTube meetup and met up with other people, I started realizing, like, damn, I'm losing my core, or I shouldn't say I'm losing my core audience, because a lot of you guys spoke up in the weekly Wednesday What's Up last week, so I appreciate that. Thank you. What it is, it's starting to get drowned out more by ridiculous comments. And the one thing I always told you guys I would never want to become is a fucking reaction monkey, basically, where I make a comment, or I do a video, I put some hard work into a video, and the majority of the fucking comments are react to this or react to that, and then especially the ones that piss me off the most is, come on, man, just react to this, Tyrone did it already, right? Or why don't you do like other reactors do and react to this one? Everybody's doing it. You're so late with, like, these are the ones that piss me off the most, because then, like I said, you become less of a creator and more of a slave to, I'm going to assume, fucking kids, who think it's like the goddamn request lines and shit out of radio. And what's even funnier, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this story, but I used to work at a radio station, and that's what really amuses me a lot about comments, is the fact that when people make requests, when you call up a radio station and you request a song, That shit is not. Here's a big secret about the request. They're taking your request, they're writing it down, but it's not for that time being. Okay, it's not for like, and you like magically hear your song. Nah. The whole idea, because the fucking song is on a 45-minute cycle, especially top songs. They're on a 45 to an hour cycle or something like that, or every 2 hours or something like that. So you're waiting around to hear this popular song that you've been hearing anyways, and you gave your request, right? You hear the song, and they're like, hey, this is coming out, like blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh shit, they played my request? No. That's not even, they're taking the request and just putting it in terms of data to see what people are watching. So I guess it's kind of, and it gives this false sense of entitlement when people call radio stations, and it's like, yeah, okay, and then they always told us to say, I'll see what I can do for you. All right, man. We never give them a time. We don't know when it's gonna happen, like that, right? That all the songs are fucking predetermined, fucking weeks in advance. All the songs are predetermined weeks in advance, and we used to just follow that. But we take the requests and jolt it into the computer so that the music producers can decide what's going on. And if we have one room, if we're early on time and we have extra time for a song, if it fits the mood of the program, then we might grab one rare song like that. But it was an interesting experience, and that's, in some form or fashion, that's how I feel about reaction requests. When people request them, I look at them. I always look at them. I always read them. I'm going to stop reading comments very soon, though. I always read them, and I kind of just take it like, okay, cool. That's kind of what people want to see. But if it doesn't match the format of what I'm trying to do with the channel, then generally I don't acknowledge it, or I don't react to it, because it doesn't fit what I'm trying to do with my channel and the drive, the show I'm trying to create on a daily basis. So that's always kind of been my standard, but not everybody gets that. I guess I need to also understand that, because like I said, there's a lot of reaction monkeys out there, and like people that are reacting to anything and everything, and that's fine. I mean, by all means, I guess if they want to react to 9/11 videos and shit, and dank memes, etc., what was it, 110 layers of cum or whatever, like all this shit. It's like, I can't be mad at it. It's just a shame that that's the attitude and the reputation that reaction channels have, because it never used to be like that. Like 2 years ago, or when everybody was first starting off, it was more similar to what the fans, what the TV show reactors were all about. Is you're just watching people kick it at home as fans watching other fans really get into showing their love for the product. And I think that's what I miss the most, is the fact that even if you disagree with me, I can still see like an intelligent comment being posted, other than "fuck you, nigger, Batfleck was the best" and shit. Fuck you, you fucking Bell fan. Even though I've never said that Bell was the definitive Batman. I have problems with that Batman too, but you know where I'm getting at with this whole idea where people jump on a different idea of like, okay, if you disagree with what I'm saying, then you automatically become this type of fan, right? Fuck you, you don't like Hillary? What are you, a Trump supporter? Like that, right? Same deal, same difference. It's so what I'm saying is, I do miss those days back in the day, Jesus Christ. I do miss the time when it was just the fans doing their thing, and other fans could talk about that. Even, like I said, even if you don't agree with what I'm saying about Jon Snow, in one episode, people would actually write out a little bit like, look, man, like, okay, it's cool, that's your I get what you're saying, your opinion, but if I could just interject the reasons I feel this way about why I think John Stowe was really cool. Not like, fuck you, this is why you don't have as many subs as, right? So, it's one of those things. So, I don't know. To answer your question, or like, what am I going to do? I don't know. Like, I don't feel like doing videos anymore. I don't want to walk away from everything, and a lot of people are telling me not to walk away from everything. You know, gradually take what there's this one YouTube group I'm part of where we, you know, it's YouTubers from all walks of life, and we just talk to each other about what we're feeling, and I'm the biggest YouTuber in this group, I think, and you know, a lot of them are just telling me I need to read this book about the 100 fans or the 100 subscribers. Like, they're saying, like, no matter how many amounts of subscribers you're gonna have, you're always gonna have this core 1,000, like that. This core fandom. Those are the ones that I think they were basing it on my views. Those are ones that are always gonna watch almost everything you do, or the core stuff you do, and from transitioning from J-vlogging to reacting to gameplay I've been doing recently, and always the weekly Wednesday What's Up. Those are the ones that are going to stick with you and help keep growing every idea you're going to put out there. So I guess that's what I gotta think about is you know, I don't know how much more I can, and like I think I told you guys last week, I don't know how much more I can differentiate myself from the kind of trash that's out there, or, you know, and I shouldn't even say trash, but I should just say the different stuff that's out there that's unfortunately putting a bad name out there for everybody. And, you know, I'm doing whatever I can. I'm trying to figure out what can I do not to start beef. I don't know. I'm just thinking about Suicide Squad. I don't know what I don't want no beef. I don't want no beef. I don't want no beef. Fucking that Joker, dude. I'm trying to figure out what can I do to differentiate myself, and even to this point, make it to the point where even the haters that come to the channel will be like, damn, well, I can't fucking hate on this dude too much because he's not really a reaction channel. Now, like, I can clearly see it's a little to a lot different about what's going on in his channel, rather than just reacting to anything and everything, not putting any effort in it, blah 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 blah, like that, right? So I'm trying to figure out what I can do, and the best thing I can think of at this point is to just stop doing reactions. Stop doing reactions in where, well, what I'm gonna say is, if I have time to do them, basically, if I have this set amount of time and I got a reaction to do, and I got some other video that that takes longer, then I need to put more effort into putting these type of videos out. Like, for example, I have two, like, Suicide Squad. I still have my trip from Los Angeles when I filmed WB tour thing, right? To just put out. But the problem is, every time I fucking come home and I sit down and I got 3 hours to eat, shit, and get ready for work, you know, it's much easier to just record something real quick, put a box in a box type of deal, and let the computer render while I go do something else. The WB stuff, it takes a lot longer to knock all that out. The Philippine trip, all that. So I need to put more effort into it. I don't know. I just don't know if there's time. That's the thing. I have videos that are 2 years old from Halloween that I never edited, and I thought they'd be really cool to put together, but it's more of a matter of, like, I used to make some nice videos, and some of these other YouTubers said, like back in the day before my reactions really picked up, I used to make some really nice clean videos, but unfortunately, it's a time matter now. It's very much a time issue at this point. That's the frustrating point. So I'm a little worried, even if I try to stick to this policy of like, don't even make reactions and focus on your other stuff first, things may never get done because I don't really have that motivation to put that stuff out as much anymore. There's a few things with Suicide Squad that I really want to put out, but it just there's other issues, guys, like the computer situation. It's very slow. I don't have a lot of room, so every time I start editing, I don't have space in my fucking computer, and some of this stuff gets really annoying sometimes. And then, like I said, like I said last week, the balancing of life, trying to balance this relationship as well. It's like, you know, the entire weekend with Overwatch, even when Overwatch came out, I wanted to play Overwatch a lot more, but, you know, as many guys would know, when you're with your girl or whatever, like, like, it's just really, you know, that's the kind of stuff that's going, some stuff can be allowed, and my reaction time sometimes gets, it's like, okay, but, you know, like I've said, I've broke up with people. I've broke up with people over, and I've canceled dates because of doing reactions. So, with like the big ones, the Star Wars, the Captain America stuff, and it's ruined some relationships because of that. And it was just, it's an epiphany at this point. Like, I'm like, when does it stop, right? When does this end? But maybe it never does. Like, I just always imagined a year ago that if I just grind it really hard and I get the channel to a certain level, the channel would kind of take care of itself, and I could reduce my working hours elsewhere and have more time to kind of do half and half like that. You know, I see all these other people fucking quitting and shit, quitting their jobs so they can do YouTube full time, but I fucking got 37 yen in my account at this very moment right now, and I can't see that as like a foreseeable thing. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because I live on my own. I pay like $1,000 a month for this apartment, and I have health insurance and all these other things I need to spend, all these other expenses. Maybe that's the real issue, or I don't know. And I have to keep a full-time job in Japan in order to live. In order to stay in Japan, I need to have a full-time job. My visa, it's a visa requirement. In fact, I need to renew it next. It expires really soon. So, so like, I don't have that option of quitting and doing YouTube full-time. And even if I did, supported upon the reactions I do, all of that shit is claimed, and I'm working really hard and losing sleep to make other people other money, to make other people money, studios money and shit, because that's the kind of stuff I do, whereas other channels or so do little shady things. And, you know, that's one of the big reasons. That's one of the big reasons why a lot of other channels don't do reactions to movie trailers, because it gets claimed. Movie trailers, TV spots, all that stuff. All that stuff is just making WB, Universal, Fox, basically everybody except Marvel. Everybody except Marvel actually gets money off those spots and shit. So, with the exception of the Civil War trailer, which didn't make Marvel money, but actually made the people that made the music for Civil War got all of my top video on YouTube. All that money went to not even Marvel. It actually went to the people that made the music for that Civil War trailer. So, And yeah, so I don't know, guys. There's a lot of things going on. The good, I guess, and some good news is I did mention about this situation where my Japanese life is also having a, I gotta get this, you know, what I'm trying to say is I run, I keep working really hard. I thought the channel was going to take care of itself, or, with the assumption that the channel will start taking care of itself so I can kick back a little bit and focus again on my Japanese life. But by the time if it ever gets to that point, it's going to be already time to go back home to America. And then I'm going to be like, wow, I fucking wasted I've been in Japan for 6 years now. I've been in Japan for 6 years, and my Japanese is not at the level it should be, but that's because a good amount of that reason is because I spent the last 2 years grinding and editing on YouTube, opposed to staying in school and continuing my language school classes and such. Same thing with going to the gym. Instead of when I was in Fukuoka, I used to go to the gym when I got off of work, but came to a point where when I got off of work, I needed to run home and edit on my iMac, or watch a TV show so I can make sure I get that reaction out in time. And so I don't know, but tomorrow someone introduced me to a Japanese language school type deal, online. So it's going to be like online kind of like Skype type of program, online course. So maybe that might be okay with me. I hope. If it works, that'd be great, because it'd be a lot easier than trying to go to a language school nowadays. Yeah, if it works, that'd be great. I hope it does, guys, because that's a whole nother big concern of mine is about the time I'm wasting in Japan not learning Japanese. And even when Dante invited me to this celebrity party last week, it was it could have advanced a lot more, I feel, if I met a lot of famous people, but I couldn't really communicate with them too fluidly because of my lack of Japanese. And it's frustrating. It's a bit frustrating. Even in the YouTube group that I'm part of, the majority of everybody can actually speak and read Japanese, all foreigners except me. So, and I'm the one that they envy on YouTube, but I'm just like, no, I envy you guys because you guys are bilingual. Ugh, it's frustrating. So I need to do something. I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I don't know if I can fix everything, but I'm just trying to stay up and not get depressed. Just stay positive about it, and I don't know. So I don't even know if a lot of people are saying I should just take a break. That'd be the best thing to do. Just stop checking comments, stop reading comments, stop doing everything, and I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see, guys. And if you're wondering why am I so broke, well, it is because I already explained a little bit about that. But then I didn't really want to go to the Philippines, and that trip ended up being a bust. But that was my 3rd week there. But as a lot of you guys out there know, you got to balance these things out with a relationship, and it's kind of like too many negatives or too many disappointments, and if you have a significant other and their only time to take a vacation, and but you spend it somewhere else, it leads into more negative things. And so it's if anything to kind of premeditatively save a relationship, it's kind of I thought, okay, it's better just to go ahead and take that 3rd week off of work. It was such a fucking bust. That vacation was so bad. It was so bad, but such a waste of money too. On top of that. But anyways, hopefully it'll bounce back. Take a break. I don't know what I would do otherwise. That's the other weird thing. Like if I was really hoping the Philippine trip was going to be the break I need, the significant break where I could just get recharged, right? Batteries fucking recharged, and it was such a goddamn bust. Boy. And I just got a message back from work. The one person I want to meet up with, she will not be there in 2 weeks. So I will try to rearrange another time. All right. Like, share, subscribe, I guess. And give me some time. I'll figure this out. Somebody said I should do a Reddit page. Because they also said one of the bigger problems is the fact that my comments are starting to go to trash more and more, and I can't have that fun conversation anymore with people. And Twitter's been pretty good, but now people are starting to make reaction requests on there. I had a fucking weirdo on Facebook as well, and somebody else, like, oh, Akasan, are you ignoring your fans? And I reply back, I'm like, nah, man, I just don't have time to say yes or no to every goddamn reaction request. And he's like, no, like, okay, well, why don't you react to this? I'm like, dude, you're not getting the point here. He's like, please, I never had a fan. I know, I've never had a reactor as a friend who lives in Japan. You're the only one that's replied to me. I'm like, now, don't you see why people don't reply to you? Anyways, so this is a whole nother thing, interacting with fans. And so a company did email me about this as well, of a way to kind of organize this more, but maybe I'll check out Reddit as a way to kind of keep the true fan strength situated. Yeah. Growing pains for this channel.